economy is getting back on track as more people get the vaccine and states start to open up. Local financial professional Brad Allen from Drake & Associates joins us really to talk about the recovery and what we can do with our money moving forward. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Many people are optimistic about the economic recovery. Where is this coming from?
Well, the world seems to be opening back up a little bit at a time right now. You were seeing normal kind of activities start to occur, businesses reopening. We're seeing some strong growth on things like the job front. Unemployment numbers are starting to decrease every week. Restaurants are starting to open back up. They got hit, they were one of the hardest hit during the pandemic, and we're starting to see reservations there and those kind of things. So I think as the world opens back up, as the vaccines become more prevalent as time goes on, we might see a little boom in the market here. We might see some growth going forward. There's a lot of optimistic folks out there about where the market could be going, just with everything going on right now.
Yeah, Brad, as there are a lot of people who are optimistic, do you think that inflation is a concern moving forward?
I do. I think if you spend trillions of dollars anywhere as a government, there's a couple things that need to happen after that, right? Either taxes have to go up to pay it back, or inflation's going to go up. And, I work a lot with retirees, and we put together what are called retirement plans or retirement ready roadmaps. And when we put a retirement plan together, we have to account for inflation. Inflation's one of those things that's always going to be there, right? It's been pretty low for a long time. When we put a plan together, we assume that we use the 100-year average, the higher inflation, right, to try to use a higher number and just show you as your dollar might not go as far at the grocery store or the gas station later on down the road. So you want to be able to account for that. So whether it goes up or not, you want to account for it because at some point it will.
We have learned a lot during the pandemic, I think personally, professionally, in terms of a lot of things, right? But money lessons, this was big for a lot of people.
Yeah, there's so many different lessons that can be learned. And one of the first ones, and I often talk about this, whether it's for a retiree or somebody who's just starting to work, have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a fund that you set aside that's liquid, that's not going to go down. It's in a safe position, and you can draw from it when the market goes down. I mean, we saw last year how quickly the market dropped, and it came back up. But in that short time period, if you had an emergency fund, that's where you could draw from, where you're not locking in big losses in the market. And that especially becomes important in retirement. Number two is really don't take on any more debt than you need to. There's good debt, there's bad debt, right? Good debt might be a mortgage because the mortgage or the home value is going to go up over time. Bad debt is going to be more like student loan debt or credit card debt, that high interest debt. So if you do have that, you want to try to pay that down as quickly as possible. If you go to our website, wealthwisconsin.com, we have different ways on how to pay debt off quickly, but that's really, really important, right? And the biggest thing I can tell everybody during a downturn in the market, whether you're in retirement, whether you're just starting, don't panic, right? The market's going to go up and down. When the market goes down, what we saw last year is a lot of folks were panicking. They're watching their hard-earned dollars going down, and they're drawing money out at the wrong time, locking in losses forever, right? So know what your risk tolerance is, know where you feel comfortable with risk, and make sure that you're appropriately allocated for your risk tolerance. So if it does happen again, or when it does happen again, you're going to be prepared for it ahead of time.
Don't panic, right? It's so simple, but makes a lot of sense, especially when it comes to our money.
Easy
Brad Allen with Drake & Associates, thank you so much. We'll have a link on fox6now.com to all your money advice.
Thank you.